My name is Jay Walters. I was the director of the Grumpy Old Santa. My favorite memories on set really has been how the crew and the cast came together and really created a family. Um, it was a hard 3 weeks, but everybody came together and it was funny. It was like, I think Glenn put it well, and he said it was kind of like coming back from church camp because everybody just seemed like they just all meshed together really well. And it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. I mean, we even had a tornado warning where we all had to evacuate, but even after that, we were able to get some stuff done, which was pretty incredible. And as a first-time director, I couldn't have gotten more support than I got on this film. I've worked with not a lot, but I've worked with 3 other producers. While I've had good experience with them, I by far believe this was the best experience I've had working on a film. And I'll tell you why. Not only are we like-hearted, or like-minded, maybe it's the better word, but we're both trying to do something more for our local community. Micah has been working in East Texas for a while, and his dream, I think, is catching on. He wants to bring more of the film industry to East Texas, and I think we share a similar dream. He may have started a little earlier than me because the last 3 films I did were other places. It has been a pleasure to work with Micah. It really has. Ooh, Glenn. Wow. Glenn is one of those people that God puts on the earth to be an encourager. One of those people that if you have doubts in what direction you're going, he's like one of those people that just lift you up. I'm a big Zig Ziglar fan who's passed away, and funny story is he's been working with his son. I consider Glenn one of those Zig Ziglar characters, which he would tell you, if you want to get anywhere in life, you help others get where they want to go, and it'll help you get where you want to go. And I think that's a very biblical principle. It is sometimes think of others, and by thinking of others, you get blessed and you get to where you want to go in the same. Your journey ends up crossing paths, and you both end up going on the path that you were intended to go on. So Glenn, for me, as Micah as well, but was a real pleasure to work with. Honestly, as a first-time director, you come in, let's be honest, a lot of insecurities. If you're blessed to have your first project with someone like Glenn, you're in a good place. Because if you're willing to listen and willing to learn, he will be a good person to work with because he's willing to guide you. And I was guided a lot by Glenn in this film, and I am very appreciative. I'm going to start with Kevin because Kevin got a special place in my heart. From the moment I met him, I loved Kevin. Glenn says, I wonder if Kevin can do a Texas accent. And I said, you know what? Why does he have to do a Texan accent? He comes in, and I find out he's a Green Bay Packer fan. My son is too. Take a deep breath, and I said, well, I guess we'll go with that. And we did. And it was wonderful. No, I really loved working with Kevin. If I'm fortunate to work with him again, I would feel blessed. Gary is about the nicest guy you will ever meet. He's funny. He's hilarious. I think he brought a different energy, a different comedy. And I think Kevin is probably more old school like me, and Gary's probably a little bit younger school like the producer Micah. And I think it worked. I mean, I really think it worked. And I think when you watch this film, you'll see that everybody brought their special talent to the screen, and it just worked. It was funny. Especially since Gary played the role of Spike with Deuce. He made Micah do push-ups, which I loved. I wish we'd done more of that because it was just funny to me. It may not be funny for anyone else, but I thought it was funny. But yeah, I was very blessed to have these people be a part of our project. I really was. I think it's the Zig Ziglar statement, and this is probably and I'm probably not going to quote it right, is, but if you want to go somewhere, help others get to where they want to go, and you will reach your goals quicker. In other words, don't step on people to get to where you want to go. Instead, build other people up, and those people will build you up as well. I mean, I think that's really basically what Ziegler was trying to say. Let me tell you a story. We were on a very tight schedule. I mean, which is often the case on a low-budget film. But when you're watching behind the camera, you're watching your talent give all they can, and you want to give them the opportunity to do the best performance they can, and they can feel it when they've done that best performance. But your producer and your director's assistant are on a time schedule, and not the easiest jobs you can have, because they have to be the bad cop in the scenario. And I know that because I've done it in my life myself. I've been the bad cop for a long time, which means you don't make friends on set all the time because you're always pushing people. But here's the point of the story. You always need someone who is a timekeeper, because a timekeeper will let you get the job done. Had it not been for my producer and my timekeeper, my director's assistant, I do not think we could have finished this film in the allowed time that we had. And that is the honest truth. As aggravated as I may have gotten because I wanted to have time to be more creative, that is the honest truth. Respect those who have a role to play in everything you do, because there's a reason for that role. Well, I have several thoughts for follow-up projects. I love comedy, and in particular, I love seasonal comedy. Christmas comedy is probably one of my favorites. But this is a big but. I also have an idea for a musical, which is just totally out of the realm. So, if I'm going to be honest, I don't know. I'm still on grumpy old Santa high, and it'll probably take me a little bit to get off of this high. I'm a little sad because this was the last day of filming, and since I was also the writer, it's kind of a, okay, I know we got to go into post, we got some editing to do, but I was honestly an adrenaline rush for the last 3 weeks. Great people to work with, great crew. Everyone worked wonderful together, and it's one of the highlights of my life, to be honest with you. Hi, my name is Jay Walters. What did you want me to say? Hey, at least I got my name right. Go ahead. Hi, my name is Jay Walters. I hope you enjoyed this movie.
Nope. Hi. So close.
Hi, Mike is the director. No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.